You're listening to littlepodcast.com.
Why you gotta take it there?
Retake. This isn't gonna work.
We're not talking about any integrity in this
We are
room.
trying to exploit a generation.
Ever tell you about that time when I paid for Chinese food with the DVD? The grease is the gravy.
You guys played footsie over the table.
No, yes, that's irrelevant. I can smell Pepto-Bismol from here. It tastes like an antacid tablet. Why are there so many Draculas everywhere? No, there's vampires everywhere.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, 221, the episode. I'm your host, John Rowe, joined by my co-host,
Matt Hag.
That's right, Matthew Hag.
That's my
It
name.
is Electronic 3, baby.
I watched so many presentations about
I
it.
watched all of them.
So you know how I said that it would take me a lot to get a console again? Now I
Yeah.
have to buy all of the consoles. I have
Yeah.
to buy every single one.
Yep, there's a lot of games coming out. That's what we've learned. I've learned that I have to buy like 10 games.
Yeah.
Like, there's no
so
way
many games.
this fall I'm gonna have to buy like 10 games. Matt made a list of every single game.
Oh, I can't take credit for that.
Matt
It's
found a
correct.
list. But like, I'm gonna have to get Titanfall 2. I'm gonna have to get
That looked neat.
that Spider-Man PS4 game.
That
A South Park game. I'm gonna have to get
I'm
Pokemon
gonna-
Sun and Stars.
I have to get a PlayStation to play Horizon Zero Dawn.
I need to get Persona 5.
I have
I
to
need
get a
to get-
PlayStation VR to play Resident Evil 7. I have to get a Nintendo NX to play Zelda.
Breath of the Wind. Mass Effect Andromeda. I mean, there is so much amazing crap
I
coming
think
out.
I have to get a PlayStation to play
Horizon Zero
Days
Dawn.
Gone. Did you see Days Gone?
Days Gone.
Oh, it looks so sweet.
Yeah, the giant bomb people talking over it, they were not impressed.
Oh, I loved it. It was like World War Z style, like
Yeah,
zombies
I
as
thought that was
a
really
rush of
cool.
water that flows over stuff.
Although they made a really good point. Why are you stopping to shoot at them? It's not doing anything
Yeah.
to their numbers.
I would have just
run. You know, and trap them. That looked really neat though. So,
Should we start by recapping our predictions?
1 second. I want to talk about Days Gone first.
Okay,
10 games. Start talking about it.
because it looks awesome.
It does look awesome. So that is the game by the developers. Who's developing this?
I think it's their in studio.
Bend.
Yeah.
Yep. So they used to make the studio. Well, I don't think they were called Ben when they made these, but they used to make SOCOM games. And they were like, we're not doing that anymore. We're going to make a new game. We're making Pacific Northwest, Oregon, supposedly. Pandemic creates zombie-like creatures called Freakers. The demo is just like basically a guy trying. The main character's like a bounty hunter, basically. He's a biker bounty hunter. So like, you know how like there's settlements that are like walled off.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the guy that goes out and gets shit done and comes back.
He's like the Daryl Dixon.
Yeah, sure. I don't get that reference, but sure.
It's fine.
That guy.
That guy.
So yeah, there's day-night cycle, weather cycles. It's like open world. It says the world's living, although I don't know about that, because it seems like the world's full of the dead.
Yeah. The world's dead living.
Yeah, that sounds really
it's
cool
like-
though.
The trailer or like the gameplay demo they showed was like him looking around, and then he sees a little zombie imp thing.
Yeah,
He shoots it, and then the gunshot draws like this massive
Yeah.
horde.
well, he's got a silenced pistol
Yeah.
that he made
Oh,
by
yeah,
sticking
'cause
his gun into an oil canister. But he finds the guy who's I'm sure he was collecting the bounty of out there, and the guy like comes at him and shoots his pistol, of course unsilenced, and then the horde comes, so you have to deal with it. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, it looks incredible. Like the tech
It looks great. Yeah.
on display was insane. Yeah, like you said, the zombies the hordes kind of swarm. They get that swarminess to it that's just kind of unsettling. Like
Yeah.
World
and
War
if you
Z.
Shoot, if you shoot the ones in the front, then the other ones kind of like
Trip
they
over
slow
'em.
down a little bit and
Yeah.
like blow over it. They go
It
through
looked-
choke points and windows and stuff.
Yeah, it looks
looked
really
neat.
good. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Like it's, yeah, he said they used Unreal Engine 4 to achieve these huge hordes of zombies. And they're like each one of these is making their own decisions and going after their player, but at the same time they're all kind of thinking as like one, like a hive horde, like go towards, but they're all like tripping over individual pieces and whatnot. So in the end, yeah, that tech that we saw in World War Z, if you saw that movie, and it's like not good, but it's worth it's worth the
fine.
rental, like $1 rental.
If you read the book, it's absolutely nothing like the book,
Well,
but it's fine.
Well, the funny part, I mean, Adam and I actually talked about this podcast when I visited him one time, or movie on the podcast when I visited him because we watched it. But it was, you can tell because that movie, the plot changes very dramatically in the second half. And supposedly someone came on to write a finish to the movie because so it's like very clear that someone was like, no, we're doing this to end it. And the movie all kind of ends very anticlimactically, like taking place in like one building. After all this jet setting that gets done, that's kind of like, that's lame. But anyway, that tech though in that movie looks awesome, and seeing that in the game is really cool. So anyway, let's get to predictions. So we talked about Days Gone.
All right, prediction number 1.
My big prediction is PlayStation 4K, the Neo thing, is going to be coming out this fall, and it will be bundled with the VR for $800. Oh, that's my prediction.
Whoa.
Say it ain't
That
so.
happened, right?
Nope. So unfortunately, we can't see through time. I'm sorry. I'm going to type up all the games we're talking about so I can write a recap here.
Okay, yeah.
I
we
can't
don't talk about the same game over and over.
Yes. I have no precog abilities. So I wasn't able to predict that the day after we recorded this. Sony said, no, we're not going to have any new hardware or anything at the thing. It's just going to be PSVR and like PlayStation 4 and already known hardware. We're not going to talk about that.
I was pretty sure that was going to be like some misdirection. I thought they were going to at least show a trailer for it or something.
Well, and especially after the Microsoft in their conference talked about the Scorpio.
Yeah.
And they were like, fucking Scorpio. It's coming out next year sometime. Xbox S. Get it. And that is dramatically smaller. It is 40% smaller. So that thing was a giant box. And now it's a lot smaller. So,
and it's about the same size or the same price as the current Xbox One. So I think it's not marketed to people that already have one.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I need, but HDR.
Yeah,
it has HDR. What is that? What is that even?
Is this high dynamic range?
It's got more pixels.
No, it's got a bigger
16-bit.
It's got a bigger difference between the light pixels and the dark pixels. Yeah, so I don't know. People were kind of like, "Oh, why are you releasing the Xbox S if you're just gonna have the Scorpio next spring?" But it's not for you guys. Calm down.
I don't get this. So it says Xbox One S won't give games performance boost. Microsoft insists. Extra CPU, GPU power will have no impact at all.
Yeah, I think it's got 4K like video.
Yes, it can.
But
you
not
can put
4K gaming.
You can put 4K Blu-rays in there, and it will play. Polygon had a report claiming that Gears of War 4 runs better on the Xbox One S, and the frame rate is better. And of course, Microsoft denied it. And I guess we won't know.
I thought it was the same power, just in a smaller form factor.
No, supposedly I think they're maybe going to overclock it. Is the thought?
Oh,
a little bit.
Okay.
What the fuck? So like HDR is just this like term, so it just looks slightly shinier.
It's high dynamic range.
What does that mean though? That's
if
words.
you have an HDR display, then black is more black, in the words of Nigel from Spinal Tap. It's like
good.
when you take a picture on an iPhone, it takes the HDR version and the regular version. It's got bigger like range between where it's just too black to see anything and too bright to be like washed out.
Okay. I can dig it.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know why you need more hardware for that. Maybe it's like more information.
Yeah.
But you definitely need an HDR display to take advantage of it.
Okay, so that's not like something that most people would care about.
No.
No, just
if you have a 4K TV now, it's probably got HDR. But if you don't, then you're probably fine.
Yeah. Well, and the 4K gaming thing is pretty insane too, because I mean, we talked about the new graphics cards coming out this year, but like a 1080 can't even do 4K at 60, like reliably, with games that are out now. So I don't really know what the future holds for 4K gaming, but I don't think graphics cards are powerful enough to even handle it.
I think it'll be a while.
So I think a lot of the stuff we'll see at 4K gaming-wise will be 1080p stuff up-resed, like textures up-resed. And they're talking about how HDR or 4K games are going to have so many more gigabytes of space it's going to take up because the assets are just going to be so much bigger because everything's basically double the density of what we have. So it's even more than double, to be fair. Because,
yeah, I don't know that I'm in a rush to get 4K gaming. I think it'll be cool for like PC when you're sitting a foot away from the screen.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary right now.
Well, from what I've heard, it really, unless you have a TV like over 60 inches, that it's hard to tell unless you're really close.
I think the big reason for, or like the big benefit that's going to come from that tech maturing is getting 4K displays in VR so that you don't get the screen door effect.
Correct, yep. That'll be a big deal. Because that's still a big deal, the screen door effect. I mean, they've mitigated it quite a bit, but it's still a thing.
Somehow the PlayStation VR, I've heard, is like better at that. Like things look way better than they should given how powerful that machine is.
Yeah. Who knows, man? I don't know.
I gotta get my eyeballs in some of those to test them out.
I need to get Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
I wasn't too excited about that.
I wasn't until I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, it's gonna be like really in space. Like they're like jumping from platform to platform using mag boots and like,
that does seem much more interesting than any kind of like modern warfare thing.
Yeah, I was like, I like the idea of going into like future space, like space marines. Like you are legit in space doing shit. So that looked kind of cool. I'm not saying I'm like gonna be like, oh shit, I need to buy it, but like I don't know, that sounds cool. And you get Modern Warfare Call of Duty 4 in HD as well.
That is cool.
The like the first game remastered. If you pre-order the game, so I don't know.
Prediction number 2.
Let's do it.
Bethesda will announce a new Quake game, and it'll be out in November. So we got a Quake CG preview announcement trailer.
November is too soon.
No gameplay and no release date.
Quake Legends, it's called.
Quake Overwatch.
Now, is it a MOBA, Matt?
I think it's an arena shooter like Overwatch.
I think it's going to be like Overwatch, yeah, because the trailer kind of showed like some of the classic like Quake like looking guys from like Quake 3 Arena, and they're like, oh, but I have this ultimate ability to use, and you're like, oh,
I've got these skills.
And I was like, okay, well that's cool though. That's a nice like something new. And they said they're
interesting. And if it's coming out like at the end of next year or maybe the beginning of 2018, Overwatch will be pretty mature by then, so there might be some room in the market.
I mean, we're going to see more at QuakeCon. They said that they're going to reserve a lot more for QuakeCon, their like personal Quake conference. So we'll see more then, and I think that's in late August. So that'll be cool to see. Let's see what else Oh, sorry. I wanted to go back about the PlayStation VR thing. It's
Yes.
still coming out this fall, though, and the packs for sale are $400 for the headset, $500 for the headset, and the two hand move controllers and the camera, which you need the camera and the controllers to.
Do they have
use
a
it.
bundle that comes with a system?
No, I thought for sure they would announce that, but like the theme of all of the press conferences was we're not talking about hardware at all. Like
Okay.
Microsoft barely talked about the S. They're just like it's smaller, same price as the regular one has been this fall. That's it. Like, and that was it. And then they said Scorpio's gonna come out, and they had a bunch of people be like, "This shit's good, yo." I'm like, all right.
Yeah. So many flops.
Yeah. Okay, I know, right? We got the new bits,
All the flops.
which is teraflops are like pointless even.
Yeah, I don't know how many teraflops I have. So
So
many teraflops.
so flops are floating point operations.
Okay.
And so it's basically like I don't know how to describe it.
Is,
Like
is,
an
that, is that like the 3D geometry of it?
Yes. So an
Okay.
operation is like the effect of an operator on an expression.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's like a 3 plus 3, 3 minus 3. That's a regular operation. Floating point numbers have decimals in them.
Mm-hmm.
So the point, it's basically the decimal point is the floating point. So it takes longer to execute because, 1 plus 1 is easier to compute than 1.92 plus 1.93. Like,
Yeah.
what is that?
Yeah. Even 1.000.
Yes,
is,
correct.
It's more difficult than 1.
So teraflops is talking about it can do 6.0. Tera is I don't know what is that 1,000
Four?
or 100 of 1,000. 1,000, yeah, 1,000
think-
floating point calculations per second, basically. So 6,000. What is? Let me just Google what does teraflop mean, and how is it spelled? There it is, 1 million.
Okay.
Because I was like 1,000. It is not even. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It is 1 million floating point operations per second.
Okay.
So 10 to the power of 12 floating point operations per second. Let's see what
That's a lot.
GameSpot has to say about teraflops. 6 teraflops, and Xbox One has approximately 1.3. So if you're thinking of just teraflops, it is going to be almost 6 times faster. But teraflops does not mean faster performance, basically.
Yeah.
The 1070,
That would mean that the models can be more intricate, right? Smoother
Yes.
and more polygons, but
so the 1070, right? The GTX 1070 graphics card?
yeah.
6.5 teraflops equivalent. Do you want to guess how much a GTX Titan X, which is slower than it, has for teraflops?
9.
7. More. But it just isn't built to run as fast. So, like, teraflops is just like raw computing power. And just because you got that big number doesn't mean it can put it to use as effectively and quickly as newer technology, like with a smaller, because that, they use the Kepler architecture for the GPU, which is, I guess,
Yeah.
is smaller, so it runs faster, even though it's more efficient. So, anyway, that's kind of how it works. It's just kind of like, okay, it's a general idea of how much faster it'll be. But, yeah, so I don't think that there's a bundle announced, but they have to do it, right? Because
You would think they would have it for holiday time.
I mean, I think my $7.99 or $6.99. I think $7.99 because that makes sense. Because $500 to get the headset, the 2 controllers, and the camera, and then the console costs what, $350 right now, $300. How much is a PS4 running there right now?
The Xbox is $399, so it's probably
Yeah. I'm sorry, let me just do PS4 shopping. They're way cheaper than I thought. Okay. 330 right now is the going price for a regular PS4. So you can get bundles for like 370 that comes with Uncharted. So yeah, we're talking 320 bucks. So we'll say, yeah. God damn it. You know what I hate about Google?
That it always thinks you're looking for porn.
Yes. No. It doesn't, when you do shopping results, it doesn't show you Amazon. Because they're like, I don't know if they have a beef with Amazon, but they just don't want to show it. $350 right now is the console plus game bundle, which right now is COD Blaps 4.
Okay, $350. How much was the PlayStation VR bundle?
I don't know. What I said I wanted it to be?
Well, I'm just saying if I got a PlayStation and the VR bundle, would it be the same price as an HTC Vive?
It would be the exact same price, because PS4 $350, we'll say it'll probably be a Black Friday deal, Matt. You'll probably be able to get one for $300 with like a bunch of packed in shit. So $300 plus $500, $800.
John, I have to spend so much money on so many different things.
I still have to spend $500 to get a PSVR, and I don't even know if I want it. I mean, if there's good stuff coming out for it, but like a lot of stuff they showed at their conference really looked like this is like a single hallway demo.
Yeah. They
like
said like 50 games or something like
experience.
that. But it's all demos.
Yeah, that's what, like that. They showed a Star Wars VR thing, but that's just the Star Wars VR experience. So it's like
you get one mission.
Yeah. And I don't know how on rails that is.
There's a couple of Batman ones. One is you're going through the manor, you descend through the levels, and you get suited up as Batman.
Yeah.
And then the other one is like walking through his hologram detective area, reconstructing crimes.
The Final Fantasy 15 VR mission, same thing. It's just a little side mission deal. And so everyone was kind of like, oh, that VR stuff kind of felt underwhelming. It really does feel like tech demos for those. I mean, I'm sure there'll be games, though, that are coming out.
I know the Batman, they have plans to expand that to a full VR game.
I think it's interesting because, like, they didn't really show the VR killer app to me. You know, like, the reason
they did show, or, they didn't show
Resident Evil 7.
They said they have, Bethesda's doing Fallout and Doom on the Vive, and that's just kind of like a port, which is an avenue that I hadn't thought of at all. They can port other games over and adapt them to VR.
Yeah, we'll see, huh?
Yeah, I would be interested to see some gameplay with that.
Yeah, me too.
Did you say Final Fantasy? I think you said Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy 15 has a little VR guy as well.
Prediction number 3.
I'm gonna say FF7 remake.
Okay,
next year.
Thank you. So we forgot about that. No word at all. That's what happened with that. So we didn't hear anything about that. Final Fantasy 13 is still coming out the end of September, or 15.
Yeah.
But nothing about FF7.
So a super long boss battle for that one.
Okay, that was a really bad demo.
And while we're at it, prediction 3.5.
Oh, God.
I'm going to say that...
Last Guardian this year.
No.
Wrong, Adam. Wrong, past Adam.
That's right. This game is actually coming out, as we've seen it, because I have seen Ars Technica, hands-on with a game we thought may never exist. Kotaku, The Last Guardian is a real game, and we played it.
We're all going to play with Puppy Bird Deer.
And there's multiple Puppy Bird Deers. There was a bad one in the trailer. And this actually got a release date, right? October sometime?
Yeah, October.
So, fuck. Fuck. I'm wrong. I lost the bet.
No, Adam lost the bet.
Oh, no. So many years ago on the podcast, I don't know if you heard this. I think
I
it's
don't
the
know. I
episode
don't
called.
listen to this show.
I think it's well, it was a while ago. The episode called Least Guardian.
Okay.
I like that if you search Last Guardian on Google, it says GameSpot 10 out of 10. Which seems a little bit premature for a review GameSpot. But I had said that if the game comes out, I will donate to a charity of Adam's choice. And this was like 2 years ago. This was the
So
year.
This has been in development for a while.
This was it. Really? Do you know anything about this game?
Nope. No idea. I know.
Okay.
I've gathered through osmosis that this is a big deal, but I don't really know anything about it.
Matt, do you want to guess the first year it was shown at E3?
2013.
2009.
Holy shit.
It was going to be a PlayStation 3 fully using the console's power.
Yeah.
E3 2009. And then they showed just a little trailer, basically. And apparently it was going bad. So, like the development. It apparently started in 2007. So this game is 9 years old at this point. So basically, like, Sony was like, you know, Fumito Ueda, who is the creator of Shadow of the Colossus and Ico, some incredible games. Sony was like, you guys are taking too long to do this. So they basically, in 2015, Shuhei Yoshida, who is the president of Sony Computer Entertainment, said that 2009 trailer was spec'd up. So it was played, right, and a low frame rate, and they sped it up for the presentation. So I believe they capped the frame rate at like 15 probably, and then double sped the video, so that it looked like it was running at 30. Which is pretty insane. And so they're like, we've got to push this to the PS4 because it's not going to work on the PS3. And then basically they had to switch consoles. And then, you know, they're doing that. And Fumito Ueda wanted to leave the company because of that. He left in 2013, basically. And they set up a new studio with the former lead programmer of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. So it's kind of like, and a lot of the developers left as well. So basically, the skeleton crew has put this game out. So I don't know, but Adam, being Adam, was Waffle Mania, I believe. If we listen to that Least Guardian episode, he said I tried to pin him down to like the next 2 years or something, but I was like by 2015. I think this is 2013. We talked about it because I think they showed it again. And like the PS3 sizzle reel. Oh, it was 2014. No, 2013. When did they show it again? 2011. No, because they showed it last year.
2013.
2012. I think it was 2014. So I was like, by the end of 2015, if this isn't out, you're gonna donate $20 to my charity of choice. And he said, no. And I was like, fine. If it ever comes out, ever, you know, like that. And he was like, no. Because I was like, but it has to be The Last Guardian. And it has to be about a dog. And it has to have the name Last Guardian. It has to be the game we saw in the 2009 trailer. Not like a completely different game. And he was like, no. So I don't know if I want to pay this bet off. And he's not even here to defend himself because he's ill, you know. And... So I don't know. Like,
I think you can donate to a charity.
I'll donate to the charity of my choice.
All right.
No, I'll do it when the game comes out. If Adam remembers.
Well, if it comes out.
Do you want to guess if Adam will remember the bet?
I don't think he will.
You don't think he will?
Should we bet whether or not he'll remember?
Yeah, let's do it right now. Okay, so next episode that Adam is on, hopefully next week he won't be ill again.
Yeah.
But he might be watching Game of Thrones. Or eating dinner. But if he's not doing any of those things and he's here, what do you want to bet, Matt?
Okay, if he doesn't remember the bet, then I'll pay $10 to the charity of your choice.
Okay. And if he does remember the bet, I'll pay $10 to the charity of your choice.
All right.
Boom, $10. All right, so I got a chance
Virtual handshake.
So I got a chance to get half my money back. if he remembers it. I will do nothing to remind him. Let me just check my G-Chat logs to see if I told him about it during the week. Like, you know, if I just texted him earlier in the week about it when I saw the release date. I don't think I see... Well, Adam did text. Okay, so the bet's in. We already handshook. In the G-Chat you're a part of,
Yeah.
he said, I'm actually not feeling good. I totally forgot about the podcast, of course, because it's not every single week.
Single week at the
Thursday at
same
9.
time.
Can you guys go without me? Last Guardian in October! !
Yeah, I think that was just excitement about the game coming out.
That
though.
very
I
well
don't
could
think
be.
I don't think he remembers.
Yep.
And we know he's not going to listen to this.
Well, he won't. No, for sure. Why would he? He's on it. Let me just check the text.
All right. While you're doing that, I'll tell you the game that I'm definitely going to get that I had no idea existed until I saw it. What is it? Dishonored 2.
Nope, I didn't mention to him in text at all. So
Dishonored 2 comes
Did you play
out
the first
for
one?
PC. No, had no idea what this was. But I saw it, and it comes out on PC, so I'm not going to need to buy a system for it.
yeah,
And it looks really cool. That like alternate timeline lens that you can travel through was just insane.
well, Matt, if you want to play Dishonored, you know, you can buy it on Steam for $10 right now.
Really? Is
Yeah.
the first game good?
Let's check the Metacritic. 91 out of 100.
Oh,
It's a stealth first-person game, basically. But I've
Yeah.
heard it's really cool because it's like use like special abilities to like
yeah.
hide.
And at least the second one, I don't know how much of this is in the first one, but the second one of the characters has a bunch of like telepathic, psionic type powers that you can use to mess with people.
Yeah,
Uh,
we saw
but
the
also-
trailer.
you
go.
saw it?
Yeah, we saw the trailer at Bethesda's conference. Yeah, they showed a new trailer.
Yeah, they had a lot of gameplay too.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that's what I meant. They showed a lot of gameplay live. I want to say this about that game. So are you a good guy?
I don't know.
Because she murdered a lot of guards.
Yeah, she did.
Like, you could just imagine that guy being like, well, I'm glad to get this job, pay off my student loans. And she just sneaks up behind him and sticks a, like, black devil, like, goo dagger coming out of her hand through his, like, stomach. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, that man has children.
She does that thing where she links the guards together so that whatever happens to one happens to all of them.
I know.
And then she lures the one to a mine. It's like, you guys didn't do anything. It's your buddy that fucked up.
I
And
know.
now you're all dead.
It's horrible. I mean,
But
I
it
don't
looks
know.
really pretty.
it does look freaking credible, though. So that's kind of also the thing, is that we've kind of been worried about, like, people being able to, you know, harness the video quality, and like people, there's been issues with frame rate, specifically games like Fallout 4 run not good at all on the PS4.
Yeah, I've heard console had a lot of problems.
I had the PS4 version of that. I like playing it and it's good, but there are just points where you get into a room with like 5 super mutants and it just starts dipping below 20 frames and you're like, ugh, this is hard to play. So
John, I really wanted to buy Overwatch this week.
yeah.
But then during the Bethesda conference, they announced that the first level of Doom is free on Steam.
Yes, it is. I downloaded that as well. I have not
So
played
now
it, though.
I'm buying Doom instead. I played through the first level and all of my sphincters were so tight during the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was just like sprinting through demon spawn the whole time.
Yeah. Should I play Assassin's Creed Unity?
I don't know.
That's the one that came out 2 years ago. That's the famously broken one.
It had problems.
I
but
think they probably fixed it.
They did fix it, and I think it's a good game. I haven't played it though.
I loved Assassin's Creed 2. I played so much of that, and I played the sequels after that of 2. I want to play. I like the idea of the French Revolution as a setting, like all that, like going through Versailles and killing guys. That seems really cool. I think I might just buy it. I might just buy it right now. I'm buying it right now.
Do it right now.
Peer podcast, peer pressure. Only because the game is $14 new on Amazon.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, I think I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna place my order. I mean, that's under $15 with tax, like, and it's good. I have Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, and I played like 3 or 4 hours of it, but then I let my brother borrow it, so I do not have it anymore. But Syndicate's the game that came out last year, and everyone really liked that game. They were like, okay, they're making good games again. So let's see here.
How long have we been talking so far?
I have no clue.
No clue. Because I want to make sure we save room for Warcraft at the end.
Yes, because we both saw that.
Together, like a date.
Yep, we went on a mandate. But let's get through E3 then. Let me just...
Okay.
I'm just looking up Assassin's Creed Unity. I like how it just shows up my recent purchases. Shit, I want to see what the reviews are on that. Let's see. Assassin's Creed Unity Metacritic. Let's see the thing that I just purchased. How well it was received. I always like getting new games, though, you know? And
yeah.
I mean, under $15 is kind of like well, if I kind of want to play it, it's probably worth trying.
I love that I went through like a 5 to 7 year period where I didn't have a computer that could play anything, and I didn't have the money for any consoles. So now I have all these old games that are like $10 I can buy, and they're new to me.
Let's see. 70 is the score on Metacritic.
All right.
IGN.
It was probably like weighed down by the initial brokenness of it.
That is also true. IGN gave it a 78, though, and they seem to be like, I didn't have too many issues running it. So, what did they not like about this game? It's technologically impressive.
That's good.
They said it's hard. It's kind of harder to play. They said it looks a lot like real life Paris, which is pretty cool. You know, they're just like, it doesn't like add a lot to the thing. I haven't played one in a while, so it won't feel run over to me because I haven't been playing them every year. So okay, I'll probably be fine. $15.
So God of War, John.
I just want to say one thing. I don't know if you know anything about Assassin's Creed Syndicate, but your base is a train.
Oh, that's really cool.
You ride around on an armored train base.
That's really cool.
And do like lots of steampunk stuff because
that's
it takes
like your
place
zombie anime.
Exactly. It takes place in like Britain during just the start of the Steam Age. So industrial London with a train and riding on carts and stuff. So anyway, sorry, what were you saying?
God of War.
G-O-W.
I've never bought a God of War game before, but this was Sony, and
I have 1, 2, and 3.
Their conference was awesome because all the games are like story driven, so they were able to cut out like the most captivating part of the story and present that instead of like having someone on stage talking about it. And the God of War clip was really interesting to me.
God of War 4, bad father.
Yeah, it's like Norse Kratos, who is still kind of the same guy, but
I'm a dick to my kids.
It's like he's a really awkward father because he's just like a killing machine, but he's trying to be a teacher, and he's really bad at it. It was very that and the South Park game I'm probably gonna get because you get the Stick of Truth if you buy the Fractured But Whole. Oh
yeah, I'm gonna have to get that too because I played. Did you play Stick of Truth at all?
No, not at all.
Oh, dude. Yes, it's really legitimately funny and like.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the plot of that game and where it goes?
No, I just know that it's like. Well, I know it's like a fantasy thing, and your character becomes like king at the end.
Yeah, it becomes a lot deeper than that though, because like I think the whole point is like they're trying to. God, if I can't remember, it's they're building like a new Taco Bell in town, and like I can't remember what happens. All I know, I don't want to spoil the story for you and the fun twists that happen, but Like, the main bad guy is every single bad guy from South Park that's ever existed, basically. Like, you're talking about the aliens show up at one point, you know? It's like, just goes crazy, like you would expect a South Park game to go. That game ran like shit on the PS4. That was the problem I had.
Really?
So I think running on like a PS4 hopefully would fix some of those performance issues, because that was like... so shitty. Like, I was
watching that presentation with Trey Parker and Matt Stone, and I was just like, oh, I forgot why I loved South Park. I haven't seen it in years, and like, these guys are actually geniuses.
Yep.
It got this veneer of potty humor, but it's underneath. There's actual substance. And
yes.
Amazing comedy. Yeah.
And so the Fractured But Whole looks really awesome, and like. It's kind of a spoof of like you know, superhero genre films as well. It was like, you know, we're gonna do the Marvel release schedule, putting out this guy and having your own.
Their Civil War Fracture is on what kind of release schedule they're gonna have.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, no, we don't want to do like DC did it. Nobody likes those DC movies, you know. And you're like,
yeah, we can't start off with a black hero. We have to work up to that.
Yeah, they're like, but you know, like, yeah, Token was like, but Marvel had a black hero. And like, yeah, in the 6th movie, like, you didn't see him, you know, making a black hero in the first movie. You got to work your way up to that. People aren't ready for that. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of what happens.
Yeah, sad but true.
Matt, I tried to get my metallurgy confuser to work again.
Oh, I was wondering why you were being so quiet.
I turned it back on. I thought, Matt, that I just had an epiphany while we were talking that I just didn't have enough carbon in there for it to like actually run. That it just wasn't running because it just wasn't like didn't have the materials to even start. And I threw a bunch more carbon in there, and it's still not working.
All right, well, whenever you're done with Minecraft, we can get back to the podcast.
I'm sorry. I just had an epiphany. I didn't want to forget, and I'm gonna throw just a little bit more coal in the generator.
A little bit more coal in.
Let's see if it works. This doesn't seem to work.
I'm just scanning down to see if there's anything else I want to bring up.
Yeah, about E3. A lot happened.
The other one I wanted to make sure I mentioned was the Zelda game. That looks amazing.
Yeah.
It looks like an anime. It's beautiful.
Oh my god. Just watching them reveal that was pretty insane. Did you see the live stream they did? Was like, all right, here's a trailer, and we're gonna talk about Pokemon for fucking an hour.
Oh no, I didn't see that. I saw it on their YouTube playlist, and they had it ordered so that all the Zelda stuff was first.
Oh
so
my
they
god!
Must have learned from that.
It was insane because it was just like, all right, let's talk about Pokemon Sun and Moon with the developers who only speak Japanese. So we got like a translator here, and like it was just slow, and we're like, get to Zelda.
The playlist I watched was really terrible because the first video was the guy announcing the start of the conference and then the trailer, and the second video was the trailer, and the third video was, okay, now we're here at the conference and here's the trailer for the new Zelda thing. And so I saw the trailer 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
it was a good trailer. It
is a good trailer, and that they show the game working, and it does not feel like a Zelda game. And they said they were very clear. Their goal was to make a Zelda game that is not like every other Zelda game. Like, they did a dealy dow. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, we're making our own thing.
But at the same time, it does feel right for a Zelda game.
Yeah.
Everything feels like it belongs in a Zelda game.
Yeah, it was really funny because the director said, I wanted to change a lot of things about Zelda games in this game, but I couldn't not start it with Link waking up, because it's the first thing that happens. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. He was just like, I know what I'm doing. It's a lot different, but that. So the trailer kind of showed open world. It's like Skyrim. Yeah. It's like you can go to that mountain, you know, ride your horse, fight.
There's a lot of stuff in the environment is interactable.
Yeah, there's like survival. there's like survival elements in the game. Like basically, if you like are out in an area that's too cold, your character will start shivering. And get cold.
Yeah.
So you gotta like make a fire to warm yourself up, or put on more armor to keep yourself warm, or you know, you could get too hot. Like they're just trying to make it like. I mean, it was. I was
when
like,
you're climbing stuff, you have like an endurance meter that if it runs out, you fall and die.
yeah, and it is ragdoll, fall damage, die. Like it is. This I'm excited because it looks awesome. It is like
so good
open world third person like RPG action adventure game with loot. Zelda was putting or Zelda Link was putting on, like, I'm gonna call him Zelda. Zelda was putting on just to piss everyone off. He was putting on like, you know, different pants. He got like trousers with a higher armor rating, and I was like,
he
shit,
opened
put those
so
on.
many chests.
Yeah, I was. I'm excited. And they supposedly they said the stuff we saw was running on the Wii U, so it looked really good. So I have a Wii U. I'm gonna get it. Interesting as well is that your character has like their like menu screen is called like the Chic tablet or something like that.
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
That's like the gamepad for the Wii U, but people were speculating like, but is that like what the NX is gonna be? Like this little tablet that you can plug into your TV? Like
it also looked like maybe this could be a smartphone pairing.
Yeah, I don't really know. So we don't really have a clue, you know, as to what the NX is, because like they said, they're going to have nothing about it at the conference, and it's going to come out next year, so they'll devote its own special time to talk about that. So
yeah, it's like next March or something.
March, yep. With the release of Zelda. Zelda's a launch title. So yeah, so I don't know. The rumors about the NX have been it is a mobile / couch gaming system. So you'll be able to take a tablet out and play games, or plug it into your TV and play games. So that sounds awesome. Like a really cool idea. And if it works. So what else do we want to talk about? I'm trying to think of other stuff I saw that I want to talk about. I'm looking through the games list.
Have you played Prey?
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played through it. I like that game a lot, actually.
The new one looked interesting. I haven't played the old one.
Yeah, Prey 2's story, and this just called Prey, right?
Yeah, I think this is like a reboot. From what I've heard, it's not very related to the other Prey.
Yeah, so, yeah, well, Prey was a game where you play a Native American like character who gets abducted by aliens, basically, and then you kill the alien. You basically run around in the alien spaceship trying to like get home, basically. And you know, you kind of go through a world where they've got lots of other humans captive, and like they basically like there's like a plane that was like sucked up, and like just all sorts of crazy stuff going on in there. You can run upside down on ceilings and stuff. I don't know. It was pretty cool. Prey 2 was canceled.
Okay.
And Prey 2 looked in-fucking-credible. And I really wish I would have been able to see the Prey 2 game, which looked a lot more like a Mass Effect game, where you're like in space as a space bounty hunter. And like the demo that showed was chasing some guy around like a space city.
That seems closer to what this is going to be. Like,
yes.
It seems like a space bounty hunter, but also there's this kind of like weird Groundhog Day thing going on.
Yeah. So they showed images of this Prey 2 is where you play, I think, the original character, but you're on an alien planet now as like a bounty hunter, and it was like basically open world alien city. Like, and running and jumping like Assassin's Creed style, like jumping and climbing up walls and stuff. It was just like, people were like, that looked awesome. And right now, Vice President of Marketing Pete Hines said that the new Prey has absolutely no elements of that canceled game in it.
Oh.
It is built from the ground up. Like, they didn't like port that or pick up that. So it might have similar elements, but it's not like that game, basically. There's no through line. They just canceled that and restarted. So, and
Alright.
it's not an open world. He's saying the new game. It's kind of
Yeah,
like Dishonored. Dishonored's not an open world game either, but it's more of like an open level game where it's like, all right, you're on this mission. Here's the section of city you're in. So,
Yeah, and there's multiple ways you can accomplish this.
yep. Tons of different ways you can play. So, I mean, that looks cool. I'm just kind of disappointed that they're calling it just Prey.
It kind of seems like it was a different game, and they threw that title on at the end. Like,
Yeah,
it kind of seems like an afterthought. But
Yeah.
it looked like a cool game. It just, from
Mm-hmm.
what I've heard, doesn't seem like it's actually Prey.
yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it just sucks because they were showing that Prey 2 E3 announcement back in the day, and that was a thing that wasn't on the conferences. So the only people that got to see that were press that were at the behind closed doors showing of it, and so like that never got like wide release to the public. I think that the canceled Prey 2 demo is available to watch now. I just want to see that. Let's check out YouTube. Prey 2 demo. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so there's a E3 in 2011 it was. GameSpot has a video of that original game, basically the video that was shown. It just looks awesome. Oh, Space Bounty Hunter. Like, that's me right there. That's what I want to be when I grow up. So
Holy crap. I didn't see this presentation, but I called this the Harmonix Music VR game.
Yep, you did call that. That wasn't a press conference. That was just a behind
It was just
closed
like an
doors
announcement.
announcement. Yep.
Yeah, 'cause they don't have trailers or anything for it.
Can we talk about Death Stranding?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Naked Norman Reedus and Baby, the game.
Yeah, also lots of beached whales.
Yeah. It's
Supposedly that was all in engine.
yes, I love that Kojima left, Konami
Yeah.
and immediately obviously started building his own game studio.
Him and Norman Reedus are like actually buddies. I
Yes.
guess. And Norman
Well-
Reedus tweeted a picture of him drinking out of a teacup that was labeled Konami Tears.
Yes. Kojima was going to work on, I think that Silent Hills game that was going to come out was going to star Norman Reedus.
And it was gonna be associated with Guillermo del Toro.
Yes, Guillermo del Toro was co-directing it,
So excited about that.
and Norman Reedus was going to star in it. It was like, this is a fucking sweet-ass horror game, and Konami was like, nope. And famously pulled the playable trailer that existed, so which is really disappointing.
So when we say Death Stranding stars Norman Reedus, it's not like he voiced some character. He is actually in the game.
He is CGified into the game. So we saw, and also in that PlayStation conference, we saw Detroit Become Human.
That looks really cool. I don't think I'm gonna get it because where Doom is like adrenaline stress, this is like I hope I make the right decision or I ruin everybody's life stretch.
I really hope that this game is like you can play out multiple scenarios pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, I fucked that up. Let me just rewind 4 decisions. Like a choose your own adventure novel, when you would like hold your spot and be like, go a couple choices forward, like, oh shit, no, I'm going back. I'm not going to go in that door. I'm going to go down the tunnel. Like, that clearly didn't work out,
So you play in like an android hostage negotiator,
yeah, basically.
and the trailer showed him failing at negotiating. The hostage died, but then it like rewound and it showed all the different paths you could go down, all the decisions you could make.
He had not picked up a gun, or he'd picked up a gun earlier, and you had either brought it out to show it or hidden it, and like all those different decisions come to make,
So I'm wondering, given that he's an android, maybe the game is like you go through and you make choices, and if it fails, you go back to the beginning. Like he's not actually experiencing it, but he's going through his like pre-planning and calculating out all the steps as you're
Yeah.
playing through it. Also, I don't know if that's just. I guess there was a Detroit trailer at the last one that was completely different, so there might
Yes.
be more to it, or it might just be that one situation.
I have a feeling that what we saw was just like, here's one like mission,
Okay.
like here's one part of the game. Let's see here. That scale-bound game looked boring.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves.
That looks okay.
I was like, oh, are you kidding me? It's like, people say it's basically Destiny, but with pirates. Like, you're going around doing, like, cooperative pirating and getting loot and stuff and fighting on the high seas. This developed by Rare. And I was like, oh, shit, man. I need to get an Xbox One. Except for I'm not going to, because almost every game, that was a big deal to me. Every, like, Xbox, Microsoft published game is going to be available on Windows 10. So they're like, this is Xbox One / Windows 10. And
Not only that, but if you buy it on one, you get it for free on the other one.
That's incredible. I was like, holy shit. That's one thing I love about the PS3 and PS4 is a lot of times, like, there's a bunch of games I have on the PS4 where it was like, oh, you bought that PS3 version back a year ago when, before the PS4 came out. Oh, we made a PS4 version. Oh, you own it already? Well, you get the PS4 version for free. I was like, that's nice. I'm like, all right, feels good. What else? A We Happy Few looks
That
really
looked
cool.
really cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get that one.
That's out on everything. PC, PS4, Xbox One. That's kind of like a I don't know how to describe that game.
It's so strange. It's
It is-
like,
It looked like BioShock.
yeah,
Like you're in like a little closed off society, and they say like take your happy
take
medicine,
your joy,
your
yeah.
joy. Yep,
and,
and-
you're like in charge of redacting information at the beginning.
yep. So I mean, it feels like like BioShock mixed with England, mixed with 1984, basically.
Yeah,
like
like
60s England.
Strange Cockney kind of
It fucking looks awesome.
apocalypse kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looked really cool.
Yeah. There wasn't
Very
a lot
disturbing. Very cool.
wasn't a lot of information about console stuff. Like basically no new console stuff. So it was basically just all games.
Yeah.
Which is cool. They had a new Persona 5 trailer that looks cool. I'm looking forward to that. I'm just kind of looking through all the games trying to find.
Watch Dogs 2 looked okay. I don't think it. That
I
didn't
was
grab
more
me too
into it
much.
after seeing some of those trailers. I was like, okay, they're really digging into this like San Francisco like tech nonsense. But like I've heard like I agree with some of the criticisms. They're like, and then he pulls out an AK-47 and starts shooting people. And you're like,
Yeah.
that doesn't feel realistic. Like,
What, hackers aren't always doing parkour and stuff?
oh, dude, though, I like the parkour part. I want to be part of a parkour hacking gang. But then you add like
With like little
gunplay.
emoji glasses.
Oh, those emoji glasses look pretty awesome, though. Got to give them that. Oh, okay. Last thing I want to talk about, I think. Let me keep looking. But Battlefield 1,
Yeah, I'm definitely getting that one.
I have to get it. I love Battlefield games. I played a ass ton of Battlefield 4 with Adam online, and Battlefield 1 basically looks like it. People were, and this was a criticism, which is probably fine. Is that it looks like a Battlefield skin. Like the gameplay plays like Battlefield. Like you're just quick shooting, assault rifles. Like not
Yeah.
really like trench warfare. But I was like, that's not going to work in a game. But just seeing that engine, the Frostbite engine, with the destructible environments and like
Looks
the ability
so
to
good.
just drive a tank through a fucking building that someone's in, it looked awesome. And they showed the biplanes flying around, and that looked.
Yeah, and those the like the airships blowing up,
Oh
and
my
crashing into
God.
French villages.
Yeah. They said they showed an airship in the map. They only showed one map with gameplay when they were showing that. And did you check out that live stream of them with the celebrities coming in?
I didn't, but I
It's
I
part
saw
of
the
that
clip.
cringe
Yeah, I saw
collection.
the cringe clips, but I
Oh my god, dude! Jamie Foxx,
and Zac Efron.
Zac Efron were
So
high
high.
as shit. Like being interviewed by this like games guy,
Yeah,
and
they-
he's like, "Are you excited to play Battlefield?" I'm like, "Yeah, totally
They're like-
stoked."
legitimately weed coughing.
Yeah, and then like Terry Crews showed up and was like really funny. He was like, I'm mouse and keyboard. And then they showed like the people playing, and sure enough, Terry Crews is there. You know, WASD, hand on mouse. He's like, I know how to play PC games. I was like, fuck yeah, Terry Crews.
Speaking of people that you wouldn't expect, but also calling back to the Elon Musk plays Overwatch thing.
Yeah.
Also T-Pain. T-Pain loves Overwatch.
Of T-Pain, huh? Who else
Yeah.
was there? Oh my God! It was their weed dealer was there.
Well, Snoop Dogg was there.
No, Snoop Dogg was smoking drugs while playing the game.
He had like a spliff or something.
They cut to him, and he had a very long, like brown
Banderole
paper
brown.
cigarette that he was smoking indoors in this event. And of course, the live stream I was watching, people talking over at the Giant Bomb, they were like, "That is medicine. He has a card. He needs that." Like, it was like, oh my God. I'm sure the people they were like, all right, let's show Snoop Dogg playing the game. You know, he seemed into it. You know, and then like show him like, you know, with the controller with just a fucking thing hanging out of his mouth, and he's talking. There's smoke coming out, and like, cut away, cut away, cut away. He's smoking. I was like, what did you expect? He's Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
That was fun though. Just seeing a lot of people. God, who was it? Who was the other rapper that was there? Oh my God, I get them all mixed up. It wasn't Lil Wayne.
Oh
my God. See, I don't listen to his music, so
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm gonna look it up. Battlefield 1 event celebrities. Scorecard reveals celebs are terrible at playing Battlefield 1 multiplayer. Oh, I'm excited. They showed a scorecard when there's Snoop Dogg smoking. There's someone took a screen cap of that. Terry Crews was bad, apparently. Where was he in the list? This is amazing. I can see this. Terry Crews was there. He was the worst person. He died 8 times, had 0 kills. In the first match. Wiz Khalifa. Thank God. I couldn't think of him. Who was the best celebrity? Let's see here. Of all the people we saw. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, nobody was good, man. But apparently, what's his name was pretty good. Zac Efron, the final match. Apparently did really well. That's what they're saying. I don't know what his username is. Captain Sparkles, of course. Dominated. Because they had influencers there. Bay Fiasco. Yeah, it was kind of fun, though, getting a lot of people in. They showed... I liked it because they showed the game had, 32 on 32, 64 player combat. Yeah, Zac Efron, the final match. Six kills, 13 deaths. He got a commendation for capture point as well, so not as bad. He got better. He got better as the night went on. As the weed wore off.
Well, let's be honest. The weed never wore off for them.
That EA press conference, though, the moment when he came out and said, when we've got all of our celebrities to show you how the games are running and influencers, and I was like, oh no, are we gonna get YouTube people up here talking about games? Yeah. And I was like, please don't do that. They didn't show Mafia 3, but I've seen video and images of that's incredible. You know anything about Mafia 3?
Nope.
So that is the third Mafia game, clearly, but it takes place in Louisiana in the late 60s.
Okay.
And you play a member of a black mob, and the Italians kill your family, and it's a story of revenge. And apparently there's a lot of images of burning crosses and churches and stuff. It's like, this is Louisiana in the 60s, post-civil, right in the heart of the civil rights movement. So they're like, it's going to look, I don't know, it looks like it's edgy in kind of an interesting way, and it hopefully could tell a really interesting story through that. So I don't know. I think that looks cool, but we didn't really get to see that. And interesting. No Rockstar games at all. It has been rumored, and there's been leaks of the next Red Dead Redemption game is being made. Like a leaked map came out of that. So, but that didn't get shown. So who knows if that was coming out or not. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it all. I thought Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands looked really cool too. Like I think a lot of people,
all right.
a lot of people were laughing at that, but I kind of like a game that's cooperative, open world, like missions. Like, all right, we got to capture this guy. Shit, he's driving off. Let's all, go drive around in traffic and try and get him.
Did you get wheels? No, better.
Yeah, it was. It was some. They did
real scripted stuff.
Some of the worst canned talking. Ubisoft, man.
They love that stuff.
We could go to the Division original gameplay demo they showed of just oh, they're flanking us. All right, go to the left, throw a grenade. I need cover. And you're like, oh, nobody talks like this. And so it was really funny. I'll have to send you a link to it, Matt, with the timestamp. But the Giant Bomb crew were talking over it that. And at one point, they just all started trying to act like other people that are online that you play with. And so someone was doing the baby crying faintly in the background with the mic turned on. Someone was talking about how their connection was really bad for half the match loudly. And, another guy was talking about how he's got all these guns himself. And, I was like, yeah, that's more like the dialogue that I get, I'm stuck here. I'm stuck. You stole my kill! Just all sorts of bullshit that makes you never want to play online with anyone. Yeah,
I'm
I don't
kind
know.
of interested in State of Decay 2.
Yes.
So that comes out on PC, and Days Gone does not, I think.
Yes. Well, if you want to play State of Decay, they already got the first game on PC. Year 1 Survival Edition.
Right.
I have played it. I own it on PC, I believe.
That's kind of like building up settlements and things.
Yes.
The Zambies.
Yes. I've only played 0.3 hours on PC. I had it on Xbox originally. So when I got it for PC, I think it was just on sale. It was one of those $5 Steam sale. And I was like, all right, I'll get a PC version. So I played a lot more of it on Xbox. But yeah, that's what it is, basically. Like a survival sim in zombie world with multiple people, open world. It didn't run great on the Xbox, was part of the issue. So, I don't know. I'm excited for a sequel, though. That had a lot of cool elements to it, so.
How disappointing was the EA conference?
They talked a lot about soccer.
Sports, and also it's like, hey guys, you want to hear about Star Wars? Well, we're working on stuff.
Oh my god. Star Wars coming up in 10 minutes. Oh, thank God. Yeah.
But everything was just kind of like, here's some shots of our team working on their computers.
Oh my god, the Mass Effect Andromeda thing was fucking disappointing. That game is coming out next year. Early.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Titanfall 2 looked incredible. They started off great.
I think their big centerpiece was going to be Titanfall 2, but then that trailer got leaked a couple hours before the conference.
Yeah.
And they kind of just were like, this is for the 4 people that haven't seen it yet. Whatever.
Yeah, they talked about Madden esports competitions. I was like, eh. They had this indie game that looked kind of like...
That looked cool.
Yeah, I wasn't... I don't know.
Visually it looked cool. I don't know about gameplay-wise.
I played... I don't know. I played a lot of those types of games. Dead Space guys are making a Star Wars game. And here's a couple... Yeah, that was the role-playing... That was the third-person action game, Star Wars game. They showed and here's the game, and we're going to show you a couple images of it. Remember? The guy walking around thing? Yeah. The Battlefield 1 stuff was neat, and the Titanfall stuff was neat. Andromeda looked neat, but they just didn't have any of it for a game that's supposedly coming out next spring, and I was like, well...
Yeah, that's going to get delayed. There's no way that's not going to get delayed.
Yeah, that's going to be next fall. Because you would have thought they would have had a lot more if it's coming out in less than a year. Yeah, I don't know. All right. I think that's it, though. I can't really think of a lot of other cool game stuff that I saw that I'm excited for. I mean, it's a pretty neat E3. I didn't get to hang out at Adams and eat a bunch of terrible food for a week, but so maybe I feel a little better about my life. A lot of focus on VR.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't showing VR games, it was talking about how the VR is the future and they're building towards it.
Yeah, I was surprised, but I'm also like heartened to see that Sony's going so heavily into it.
Yeah, Sony is going fucking full hog on that. Like, not half hog, they're going full hog. Whole hog, some would say. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be that gauche to speak that way. Yeah, but so PSVR, they didn't show off anything that looked super exciting for it, though. Just a lot of experiences, I think, so.
Yeah, I don't know. From the people I've heard that have had hands-on with it have said it performs way better than it should.
Yes.
Given the hardware, so that's interesting.
Yeah, they were like, it's not shit. Like,
I didn't really see much for the Xbox Oculus partnership. So maybe I'll save myself a couple of bucks and only have to buy 2 VR sets.
Yeah, so people got really pissed about the Oculus this week.
Really?
So
yeah.
At the PC gaming show, they showed a quick bit of Serious Sam VR. And the devs, I guess, went on there and said, "Hey, Microsoft tried to give us a fuck ton of cash to make this Oculus exclusive, and we turned them down." And of course, people went back to when Palmer Luckey had said in an interview, and boy, that guy says a lot of stuff in interviews that don't hold up. He said, we're not gonna fight for exclusivity. We want VR to be an open platform. We want everyone to be able to experience on whatever headset they have. We want to make it a thing." And in reality, at least the company that he's working for is like, nah, we need to make money. So
they're
they're
owned by Facebook now, so I'm not expecting like a sort of moral stand from them.
Yeah. So yeah, there weren't a lot of like PSVR titles though that I saw. Supposedly 50. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of ports of stuff that's out now.
Yeah. The Vive's getting ports of a Doom experience, and Fallout 4 is just straight up getting ported to Vive.
Yeah.
Which hopefully I won't have to buy it again. Like, hopefully, since I own it on PC, I'll just be able to enable Vive mode or something.
Yeah. I don't know. One cool thing though was that Minecraft VR, for the Oculus and for the Gear VR, which is powered by Oculus, is so Microsoft announced that they're finally doing something big with Minecraft, and that is I think we talked about this before the episode started, but they're basically saying they're doing realms, which is basically public servers that are free if you own the game. So like right now, if you play Minecraft, specifically the JavaScript non-Windows version of the game, to play on a server with friends, you need to either run it out of a computer in your house that's connected to the internet, which the game is pretty intensive.
Yeah.
Or you got to go online and use the server rental service and pay. I mean, if you want to play like the modded Minecraft that I play, which is heavily modded, I mean, you're talking $30-$40 a month to rent a server to play that for 8 people.
Yeah.
Which is a big chunk of dough. But vanilla Minecraft is much cheaper. I mean, we're talking like $10 a month for a small group of people to rent a server. But because this game that I'm playing requires heavy modification to the game and everything, so it's uses up a lot more system memory. But so for the Windows 10 version, the Minecraft Pocket on iOS and Android, and on the consoles, 360, PS4, PS3, all the versions basically of the like non-JavaScript Minecraft can connect to these realms, and you can play online. So if you have friends with tablets or that, and you just create a realm for your friends to hang out in, and it's like, oh shit, I'm in my car driving somewhere. This game's for kids. Mainly.
Yeah.
You're in the back seat with your little iPod Touch or the family's tablet, and you're like, oh, I'm going to check on the server through 4G, and then you just log on and you can play
privileged kids.
on your iPhone, or when you're home, you can log on to your PS4 and enter your realm and everything. I mean, that sounds really awesome. And they
That
showed
does sound cool. Yeah,
and they showed
should be connected like that.
Yes, and they showed the VR guy in it. It's really funny because your little character model has the VR glasses on, so you can kind of tell who's in VR. I'll have to show you that sometime. I have Minecraft VR on my Gear VR. It's a trip. It's weird.
You've been promising me a Gear VR experience.
I keep forgetting.
After the movie, I forgot.
Yeah, same here.
We just watched StarCraft cartoons, so.
Yes, and Space Cowboys.
Yeah.
All right, so
that's
we
our E3 2016 wrap up.
Yes, I'm glad Adam could be a part of it.
Yes.
He's been in every E3 podcast so far. But this time he was sick. So yeah, the bet's on though. I will not mention Last Guardian at all. I will not cheat. Right. I will not. We'll just wait till Adam brings it up.
I'm gonna write down a note for myself.
And the worst part about this is that if Adam forgets, and we'll just do next episode. He needs to bring it up next episode. On the podcast.
We should bring it up at the end of the episode if he doesn't.
Correct. Yes. And we'll make it so all right, and that's it. Does anyone else have anything? Adam, you got anything? If he doesn't say anything, then it's he's not going to bring it up. We're ending it. So he didn't bring it up, and then you win. And the worst part is that I'm sure he's going to be like, oh yeah, I don't know, I just didn't want to talk about it. He remembered, he just didn't want to bring it up because he's being polite. Just bullshit.
Well,
Adam.
No matter what happens, some charity somewhere is going to get a couple of bucks. So
Yep. A $10 bill. A Hamilton, if you will.
Yeah.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, July 9th.
We can maybe we can bump it up to a Tubman.
A Tubman? Maybe. We'll see. I'm already going to have to donate when that game motherfucking comes out, though. So I'm already screwed. You know what? They proved me wrong. But we got to move on. So you talked about we watched a movie together. We had a shared movie experience. That's not even from the video. That wasn't even someone saying. That wasn't even from the Leroy Jenkins video.
That's the Hearthstone version.
Oh, that's bullshit.
It was the easiest soundbite to get.
No, I don't begrudge you on that one because that would be what? Because I saw that video first before YouTube existed.
Yeah.
That was a check out this video on E-Bomb's world.
Yeah, super crunchy sounding.
But that was the whole point because it's garbage.
So we saw the Warcraft.
We did, and there was a Murloc in it.
There was.
I remembered watching it and being people are really harsh on this movie.
Yeah.
It by no means is an incredible or great film, but I liked it.
It's also by no means this generation's Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, that was
sad. So right on the top, I'm gonna say I've tried. There's no way I can be objective about this movie. I just can't.
No, same here. I mean, I love it.
It was a lot of fun. It was cool. The orcs were amazing. They had all of the most interesting and captivating performances.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was just on board the whole time.
Yep. It is insane because this movie cost $160 million to make. In the U.S., it's only made $30 million.
Oh, it's a bomb. They'll never make another one.
It's a bomb. And the Wired article here is the exact truth of the matter. Thought Warcraft tanked? Nope. It changed blockbusters forever. It made $160 million in China in 5 days. Their largest opening. People
globally, it's 280 million.
Yes. People are talking about how China is this blockbuster market that's just waiting for Hollywood to crack the money. And boy, did Legendary Pictures figure that out with Warcraft, because
It's bigger than Star Wars over there.
yes, because World of Warcraft is a huge game in China. It's a big deal. Like I don't think they have a Blizzard World of Warcraft park, but I do know that they've done like citywide like festivals for the game with like cosplay and stuff like that. Warcraft is big in China. So the movie did very well. Yes, it is to date made $310 million, which is more than double its budget, or basically double its budget, close enough, which is definitely enough to be like, yeah, this was a success. So they'll probably have a second one. I mean, not even probably, definitely after that. I know they're talking about Finding Dory's coming up too, huh? I'm just reading an article on Box Office Mojo.
That opened today, I think.
Yes. Supposedly, they are talking about how it is likely to break the box office record for an animated film opening weekend. Yes, so it is... the biggest one was Shrek the Third, 121 million. Second was last year's Minions at 115 million, and Toy Story 3 was 110 million. So they're thinking it. I mean, the Finding Dory's Rotten Tomatoes is 95, which is huge.
Funny.
Inside Out was 98, and that made almost 100 million in the weekend. So that's going to be a big deal. And I actually want to see Finding Dory. I mean, I just sign me up for a Pixar or Disney movie. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in on it.
94%, I'll see that.
Yeah, so I just, this night, watched the movie Zootopia.
I've heard that's really good.
It's fucking incredible. One of the best anime movies I've seen in a long time. And I was like, yeah, Disney did pretty well with this. I was like, because I didn't know what the numbers were exactly, but I'm looking at them now. In the U.S., this movie made $338 million. Overseas, $700 million. Its worldwide total is $1 billion. So yeah, that's pretty good. So yes, it was a very popular movie. It is awesome though.
I'm just scanning the critics' reviews of Warcraft.
Yeah, it's bad.
Easily a contender for worst movie of the year, says this lady.
I mean, it's early in the year.
I think a lot of these people, this is their job to go see movies. They didn't go to it because they loved it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of them had their mind made up as this is that thing that nerds play.
That is a problem I have with a lot of. It's hard to be objective, especially if you're reviewing.
Yeah, if you don't know the background like we do, then it's got problems with exposition, but there's no way it's 27%.
And another problem I have with that is, sorry, I don't want to say that you have to be objective when you review stuff, because being a fully objective review would be boring as hell and not useful, because like it would just be like this happened, I gave it a 5 out of 5. Like, okay, well, that tells me nothing on whether or not I'm going to like this movie. So you need to be, somewhat subjective and have your own personal opinions in it. But like you said, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, okay, this is a video game movie. It's going to be bad. So
well, and it alienates the type of people that are currently professional movie critics. Like maybe in 5 to 10 years, our people will be professional movie critics. But like this guy, I can agree with this. It says Warcraft is a language you don't speak, a code you can't crack, and a party you weren't invited to. And I can see how it would feel that way to someone who has no exposure to the series or the lore at all.
I'll say this. If you paid for World of Warcraft and played it for any period of time, you'll probably enjoy seeing this movie.
Yeah.
Just being able to see the world like in like CG with like people in it, and like, oh, he's got to go to Goldshire, and you're like, motherfucking Goldshire, I know where that is. And they drive through that area, and there's a Murloc, and you're like, fuck, that's the Murloc bridge, there they are. And you're just like, that is cool. Like, just
Khadgar dings in the final battle.
Yes. If you don't get like any of that stuff, it's kind of like, okay, you don't get it.
Yeah.
I understand, but if you're someone who's like knows that you'll appreciate that, I think you'll enjoy the film. I can't say it's great. I have a hard time rating this on my patented rating
and
scale.
I don't know. Does this have to like work for the mass market? Apparently it doesn't.
Apparently not.
Successful.
Well, that's what the article's saying here too with the China thing. It's like if it's gonna work.
Maybe it's okay to just have something that appeals to a certain subculture, as long as that subculture is big enough to fund it.
Yeah, I mean that is. They're saying basically, this movie has broken the blockbuster mold, saying that you can fail domestically and still be a successful blockbuster film.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what's happening right now, which is crazy. So, Warcraft 2 is. This is, oh my gosh. Who says this? John. Okay, I just want to read this. All of Legendary's films. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out who's talking about this. Okay, so Legendary's forays in the Chinese film market are culminated with the company's acquisition earlier this year by Chinese conglomerate Dalian Wanda, which also owns the largest theater chain in the country. Well, there you go. So the place that owns all the theaters was running Warcraft. Who's this guy though that they're interviewing? Someone from Legendary Pictures. I gotta scroll up and find this guy's name because there's a quote from him at the end. Well, anyway, someone from Legendary Films. Yeah, Jeff Box, senior box office analyst at Exhibitor Relations Co. So not somebody from the films. He said his prediction is possible that Warcraft 2 goes into production and is fully financed in China and doesn't get a major North American release. It's possible that movie is made for China. And to be fair, now, there have been lots of movies that have been made for China that are in English. So it is very possible that movie gets made for China with, all of the same people because they won't want it made in China. Because that would change the Americanness of it that I think that the Chinese audience also kind of likes as the blockbuster.
Yeah.
They want it to be a Hollywood film, you know what I mean? But they want it made for themselves. I don't know. I want to see that Chinese Warcraft movie though if it comes out. I'll tell you that right now. I want to see what the hell that is. So yeah, we'll see. I mean,
it's a weird position for a movie to be in.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's probably a bit too far. I think Warcraft 2 gets made for sure, but they introduce some Chinese actors into the film. I mean, that's what you got to just get some Chinese actors to play some of the characters. That works great. Do Pandaria the movie? No, I'm kidding. It's kind of racist.
That would be far off.
Yes. They got to get there story wise. Anyway.
See, like all these critics that are like, I don't get it. I can respect that, but the ones that are just like, it is objectively bad. No.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't
you.
bad. It's hard. It's hard to say that. Like it, I can't say it was great. I'm trying to think. All right, so I'm waffling around it, but I had to give my patented 5-star rating. Born in the 80s, and I can't decide if I'm going to give it a 3 or a 4.
How many McGurgles out of 5?
Yes. How many Murloc gargles out of 5? I'm gonna say 4 out of 5. Fuck it. I love the orc stuff.
Yes.
That was all so awesome. Like the fighting, and Duratan, and Baby Thrall. Yes. That stuff was awesome.
Golden cheats.
Yes. Oh god, the fucking. Yeah, just the whole the end of the movie being orcs fighting, doing their tradition of let's settle this dispute by combat, and of course the human being able to defeat an orc in combat, and all the orcs being okay, he's free to go. That's how we fucking run things. If you can beat one-on-one one of our chiefs, we gotta respect it. And you know, of course, the evil guy's like, no, you can't let him go. And it's like, hey man, that's it, man. That's how we orcs roll. Like, you want to run Orc Society a different way, pal? We're gonna have a different conversation. So, yeah.
I'm just having fun imagining all of the critics just throwing up their hands and going, I have no idea what the hell is going on anymore.
And I can respect it. It's tough. I would just give the advice that if you like Warcraft stuff, you'll like the movie.
Yeah.
Like, a problem I have, I mean, I do have problems with it. The acting isn't super great. Apparently, every single person in Azeroth of any note is like 30. There aren't like older people or younger people. Everyone's just about the same 25 to 35. You know, it just didn't feel, it kind of felt like TV actors a lot. You know,
yeah,
like
it was on the human side. On the orc side, it was solid
incredible
talent.
Yeah. Holy cow, that motion capture looks so real.
Blizzard's horde bias is showing through again.
That's right. For the horde, baby. I'm horde all the way though, so.
Yeah.
Although my main character is Alliance, so.
I can't wait for some sort of undead, like Scourge or something.
Yeah, man, the sequels have so much promise.
Those are my people.
Like, holy shit, like, just where they can go with this story is so good, because I think that, like, well, it's pulpy fiction. Like, the Warcraft story is very interesting. There's a lot of cool characters and a lot of interesting stuff that happens, and I really like the idea that you get a little bit in this movie of, is that, like, there's no good guys versus bad guys. It's just everybody's trying to get along. Like, the orcs need the land because their homeworld was destroyed. But they're not all evil people. You know, like the Frostwolf clan, they're like, hey, let's not, like, kill everybody. Let's, like, just find a new place to live, you know? Like, and,
we
don't... Yeah.
Do you ever notice that anywhere we go in this new world immediately dies?
Yeah.
Like maybe this whole fell thing isn't so great.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't use energy, which, like, the first part of the movie you see Gul'dan suck the life out of a deer, and it's like desiccated corpse fall down.
Yeah.
And like he cures like a baby from dying. Thrall, actually. And you're like, huh. That's pretty shitty to do a thing like, but that's the fell energy. Yeah, I think also the movie tried to chuck a little bit too much plot in.
Yeah, there was a lot of, especially like the first half was just jumping around a lot.
Supposedly, what I've heard is a lot of it got cut out to make it, and the movie is short, just a bit over 2 hours. So for a fantasy adventure movie, it is on the short end. So, which I appreciate. But also, I think they lost a little bit of the explanation in that.
Yeah, and hopefully with the amount of money it made overseas, they're going to do an extended release or something.
Yeah, I'd like to see the
edition.
Yeah, I'd like to see the extended edition on Blu-ray. But I liked it. Apparently, it's still I think performing decently in the box office in the U.S. I mean, it's not going to blow things away, but you know, it's still making.
But it got like second place over the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bad weekend overall, but yeah, it ended up not doing terribly. So
I give
just
it
not great.
4 out of 5 McGurgles as well.
Yeah, I want to like listen.
Biased Matt Haig Warcraft movie rating scale.
Yeah, I want to listen to like the hate on that, but I mean, I agree with it, but I can't go with my gut. When I left, I was really happy. So
I really wish they would have got the guy that did the music for the games, though.
Yes, you're right. The music, that is another complaint now, actually, because I remember watching it and being like, huh, that music didn't really stand out because
it was like the Game of Thrones guy that did it.
Like
it sounded kind of generic.
Yeah, that World of Warcraft music is so good though. Like that Orgrimmar theme that you hear with the drums and the Ironforge theme when you go in, and they go in fucking Ironforge, and it was amazing. Just that, like, the movie starts with Ironforge, and you're just like, oh fuck yes! I'm like, I'm here. They're in the Great Forge right now.
I did like at the beginning when they were constantly jumping back and forth from place to place on griffins. I was like, oh yeah, this is the WoW I remember.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He took the flight point. Took the flight point. Yep, from Ironforge to Stormwind. I know that route. You know, you flew over a little thing. Yeah. That's pretty fun. So, yeah. I don't know. I think we're out of time. So, let's wrap it up, Matt.
All right.
I don't know if I have anything else to talk about. We can tan it for next week. I want to do Koozie again. I'm waiting for Adam to be here, though. I thought he'd be here this week, and we get a quick Koozie corner. But we'll do that next week, whether Adam's here or not.
Make sure to watch Preacher.
I have watched episode 2 now. Episode 3 has DVR'd itself.
Awesome.
So I'm going to watch that this weekend with Lauren. So we'll talk about that next week. And I'll hopefully try and get to episode 4 as well.
Dude, episode 3 goes to some dark places.
Yeah. If Adam wants to talk about... If he's here, we can talk about Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more of you...
I just watched the ones we watched together.
That's fair enough. But we can talk about that show, because that show is how Adam and I met, basically. So...
I might just wait until the next time I hang out with you to watch more of it so I can save myself a couple of bucks.
Just do that, because I want to watch it all over again. Because I was looking through after you left, when we were hanging out, I went through the DVD of the little like episodes that were there, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, episode 5. That's a good one. Like, oh shit, there's a sweet church gunfight in that one that's pretty incredible.
I like the little corgi.
Yep, Ein.
Jazz music, and yeah.
I know multiple people that have dogs named Ein that are corgis, so... no, I don't know. It's a fun breed. That dog in the show is pretty funny. He shows up quite a bit as just a dog on a spaceship floating around sometimes in a funny way.
He's just kind of derping around.
Yep, basically. But the episode that we'll watch next, episode 3, you meet another one of the main characters, so...
All right.
And then the last main character shows up, I think, around episode 7 or 8, from Earth. So, yeah, it's really cool. That show's just great. The music's great. The art's great. Like, the setting is unique. I love that show. It's one of my favorites. And it is an anime, but it doesn't feel like an anime. It's very westernized.
Yeah, it feels like a mix between a western and like a 70s cop show.
Yep, that's a good way to describe it. Let me just check Amazon. Can I buy it on Blu-ray in HD? I might just do it. I mean, it's my favorite series of like all time.
Yeah.
Is this good? Is this a good version? It's only $30. Like, I paid so much for those DVDs when I first bought them. I think I overestimated. I didn't say. I think I said it was $200, but it was not that much. I think, because if I remember correctly, I did, because animes back in the day used to be impossible to buy.
Yeah.
Like, it was just
some specialty dealer somewhere.
We used to specifically go to Best Buy when I visited Madison because they had an anime section. It was the only place you could buy DVDs. And it was like, oh, you want this first 4 episodes of this 26 episode series? $30 DVD. Like, enjoy paying out the ass for this. That was a common occurrence. I think I paid, because it's 5 DVDs, and I think I was like, all right, 5 DVDs. Yeah, it was $180. So I was like 5 DVDs and a soundtrack disc, which it came with, for $180. It's like, well, each DVD is like, $30, and then like the soundtrack's like $30 ish, and I was like, yeah, it's not too much of a ripoff. Yeah, so it was a ripoff. But I've also watched those DVDs through like 4 or 5 times, so I feel like they at least got their worth out of them. Is this Blu-ray good? I don't really know. It's hard to tell with Amazon reviews, because I want to have a review that's... Because it's like, okay, I know the show's great. I just want to know if like this version of the thing is good. Okay, it looks like everyone said... This person literally says the best possible way to watch the show. So the show isn't in HD because it's widescreen. People are complaining. It isn't upscaled. It isn't in HD because it's upscaled. Doesn't look better than the DVDs. The sound is worse than before. They're saying it's wrong. He's like, the show's in 4:3. You can't make it widescreen. Yeah, there's just no way. It was made for TV.
Off the top and the bottom.
Yes. They're saying so. Yeah, but it's still in HD. Yeah, they're saying they had to upscale a lot of the CG in it because there's some CG in it. But the hand-drawn can be upscaled because it's hand-drawn animation is in HD. Like, so,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, there's
infinite resolution.
They can do that. So, but yeah, some of the CG has to get upscaled. I don't know. This guy's saying the sound mixes are great, though. I don't know what they're talking about. So I don't know. I might just stick with the DVDs, though, honestly. Because I was wondering if there was a possible widescreen version that existed, but no, it's... I'll just watch the DVDs. Good enough for me. I don't need to spend $30 on Blu-rays on a thing I already own.
Something that was broadcast in standard definition.
Well, and something I'm sure that's on streaming services as well at some point.
Yeah, it's got to be on like Crunchyroll or something.
It's Funimation, so it's probably on their personal network, but whatever. If I wanted to watch it, I could pay $6 to get month access to it. Anyway, so we'll talk about a lot more next week. Matt, do you have any final thoughts?
No.
Okay, I need to get to bed. It is late. Although I don't have to go to work tomorrow because I took the whole week off.
I took tomorrow off too.
Nice! Let me hit stop.
No. It must have been Microsoft.
The Ubi
press
Microsoft.
conference.
I saw every single one as they happened.
I did too, but with extra commentary from podcasters. But
Yeah, that's how I watched Giant Bomb does that. They talk over the press conferences.
The Minecraft demo had the worst, like, shitty scripting gamer talk.
The Wildlands.
That one was pretty bad too.
That
That one was like overly serious, but this was
yeah.
people
That's not
on
how people
stage
talk.
doing a skit.
That's true. That was secretly one of the bigger announcements. That's a pretty big deal.
The Minecraft one?
Yeah. The fact that you can create now servers that are crossplay with every single motherfucking device that you can play that on, basically.
I'm gonna give you a link in the chat. Just a little video you can watch if you want to.
Yeah, I actually saw that. That's pretty good. Oh my god, Matt.
What?
Sorry. I have my Minecraft on, right?
Yes.
And so I play modded Minecraft now. Oh, thank God that fixed it. So I don't know if you've ever played. Fucking goddamn it!
I hope you're recording this part.
It is. I will turn all volume off. All right, fucking try and make a noise now, you bastards! Oh my God! In my music and sound settings, I have every single sound off in the options, but I still have master volume at 100. Now, if I put master volume at 0, do I still hear it? So I built a base.
Like ambient sound or something going?
So I built a base. So I'm
Okay.
playing the Resonant Rise 3 mod pack, the Flux pack from the Yogscast version, which is just a basic version of the mod that has like 1,000 extra mods in it. And I built my city, or the thing I do whenever I start a game is I don't build a city. I find a city, and then take it over, because there's lots of resources in the city. So I found my city and everything, and underneath it there's a big chasm where there's lots of cool stuff to mine. Only problem with the big chasm is it's full of wisps, and they're loud as ever living fuck. They sound like a computer garbling like text. It is like it's like ear piercing. And apparently it's under sound settings. It isn't a hostile creature, which they are. They fucking shoot lasers at you. Friendly creature, blocks, juke,
They have
notebooks.
settings for the individual creature types?
Yeah.
Sound?
Yeah, so if you could hear a hostile creature sneaking up on you, if you want that. So if I put my master volume at 15, maybe I won't be the worst. But it is it's funny that they're not like, oh, I can still hear it, and it's the most annoying thing in the world. I need to kill them, but they like zap you from really far away. Anyway, so I'm here. I've got my heat generator powering up, and my metallurgic infuser next to it, and it doesn't seem to be getting power. Do I have to
turning it off and on again?
Energy, there it is. Input. Inputs on all sides. Oh, you know what? Maybe it just doesn't pull energy into it unless it's actually making something. Let's do a test, Matt. What do I need to make? I'm trying to make a jetpack.
Hold on, I have to see if my cat's trying to kill herself.
Okay. Well, I will doodle with this. We haven't started yet. I will doodle with this, and I will let you know when you get back.
Don't fuck with the screen.
Okay, what the... I had coal. God damn it.
They always claw at the window screens.
Yeah, that's... My cats don't do that, but if they did, I would be very disappointed in them. Okay, I'm gonna try and make some steel. Oh, do I even have any iron? Do I need iron dust? I'm gonna try some iron ingots. Okay,
so we're not gonna record a podcast tonight then.
So the infuser, you take coal and put carbon in there, and then you put in an iron ingot, and it turns it into steel.
Keep going.
This machine.
Hey, I made $7.50
working.
Selling music last month.
Why is this happening to me? How do I get this to face the right direction? Do I have to place it on the wall? These machines are dumb. Alright, so I'm gonna walk on the other side. Nobody can see this. It just faces away from you no matter what you do. I think it might be working now, though. So when you set down a heat generator, it just faces the opposite direction you are. It doesn't seem to be entering... Can I... Matt.
What?
How do I get power into my infuser?
Hold on. I'm on the case.
Mechanism. I've never used this mod before. That's kind of the fun of... Mechanism power generation.
Metallurgic infuser?
How do I get fucking power into it? Oh my god. Alright, active power. How do I make...
Redstone dust.
That's not it at all.
Redstone in the green slot.
Wait. What? No. It's coal, but I just thought about it. Storing, output, producing. Okay, I can turn a redstone signal on it. I don't have that set up. So you can make it so it only powers on when you have a switch. So I don't have that on. This is like really a basic thing. I literally have like a generator next to a machine, and I can't get the power from the generator into the machine. How do I do anything? How do I do anything?
I don't know.
Oh my god, expand. Okay, so I need to make a thing. I need to make power. I need to make what makes power go to another thing? Cables? I don't want...
I don't know, this is just showing, like, recipes to make stuff with it.
I just don't know how. Metallurgic infusers, the first thing you make. How do I power it? Okay, wait. Here, okay.
Oh,
Energy. If you are powering the infuser with redstone dust... Oh! No, okay, so I know what you're saying. I see what you're talking about. No,
good,
I don't...
I had no idea what I was talking about.
I think I can throw redstone directly into it, and it will just use that as power, but I actually have a generator that uses coal, and I want to use that. At least when you break it, it doesn't, like, remove all power. I mean, Matt said a tutorial. There's got to be some sort of cables.
There's got to be a better way.
Matt, how do I make power cables? Quick! Oh, there it is. Basic universal cable. Oh my god. 2 steel ingots and a redstone.
Yeah, there's
I need steel. This says how to make steel. I can't make steel yet. Okay. Craft a few basic. Power network is ready to accommodate early tier machines. Connect it to the heat generator. How do I connect it to the heat? It just says.
There's a thing with a lightning bolt on it that's connecting them on this screen.
Holy
It's
shit!
green.
You're totally fucking right,
It's a
my
green
friend.
lightning bolt thing.
Nope, I got it.
I'm a Minecraft master.
Well, you haven't been master yet. Oh my god. It's still not doing it. Matt, you're wrong. You failed me.
That's what it looks like.
I see the little power thing on the side, and it's now facing my infuser. I've tried everything.
This guy has it connected to a purple thing.
What purple thing?
I don't know. It's a purple thing with a purple thing inside of it.
I don't know. Okay, so there's like ways to
This says universal
side
cable.
config. Yeah, I need steel to make that though. So you
Get
have
some
to
steel.
you have to be able to make steel. All right, I'm gonna turn all the slots off. And now there's just one power input side. I can't get it to power. I can't power metallurgic infuser.
I'm just gonna go take a nap if that's all right with you.
It's fine. Hey, wait. Okay, wait.
Ah,
There's somebody wrote in all caps on this one. Ensure the external power source is linked up from the red side, as the red side is the output of the energy cubes. Red side. Is there a red side? Now I'm using a.
Why did my Fallout theme get any streams? Oh wait, that's not. Never mind.
Below the
The
button.
Spotify data's from April.
This is not working. Okay, that didn't work. All right, let's try. Let's try one more. How the fuck do you get this to do this? You need steel to make cables, so you have to be able to power it without cables. Because the only way to make cables is to use it. Because you need steel. Oh my god. You're just playing all the sounds now. You just hit the dump all sounds button. Alright, I don't think I'm going to be able to figure this out, because it is just... It just doesn't seem to work. Alright, Matt, you know what? Alright, I'm going to try one final thing, and that is, basically, I could set up this thing in any spot that you can imagine. Except for I haven't tried to put the power generator on top of it. Maybe if it's on top of it, it'll be happier. I can't set it on top of it. Alright. Power, go now. Okay, I put them ass to ass. That hasn't worked either. Oh wait, you know, is there a mode? Do I have to switch the mode from storing to not storing power? How do I do that, Matt?
You gotta
I can't figure this out.
flip the switch and do the thing.
I've never used this mod before, so I don't know anything about it. So, sorry, that's why I took a while to get the podcast started. 'Cause I'm trying. I mean, literally, it says in this tutorial, getting started, craft an infuser, connect it to the heat generator, use it to create ingots. I can't use it because it has no power. Connect to the heat generator. It doesn't tell you how to do that.
Maybe you're already supposed to know how to do that.
How to connect heat generator to metallurgic infuser. Oh, Google's fun though for this. Oh God, thank God. Mechanism for newbies. Oh, thank God, someone. Okay. Alright. 2 ways to run it. Burn it. Okay. Directly adjacent. Yeah, you know what? It's supposed to be working. That's the problem. But it isn't. Well, you know what? Maybe it is working. I can't figure it out. Oh, fuck. Alright, I found a guide, though, so I'm gonna read this after we're done. Let me just save and quit. That guide seems more useful than the other one. Just telling me what all the buttons mean. Pretty confusing interface.
Does it start with, welcome to episode 4088 of my Minecraft YouTube series?
No, it's actually a written out guide, which is more useful. I fucking hate when you click on like how to and it's someone on a YouTube video doing it.
It starts with a really awesome dubstep intro.
Like, comment, subscribe. Now you're not going to be able to make the power cable just yet. Directly adjacent. This is just confusing. Okay, anyway. So anyway. Did you just die? Matt?
What?
Did you just die?
No? Why?
You said, oh no.
I don't know. I think I was responding to something you mumbled.
Yeah. I just am... Oh my god. Mechanism Man.
There we go.
There's like a lot other ways to play the game. I mean, I could use thermal expansion mod to make my jetpacks and stuff, but I've done that before when I played. I'm trying to use a new mod to make all my gear. I'm digging this. Alright, we're ready to start though. Alright, ready?
Yes.
What? This is 221.
Yes.